All right, so Lizzo, the very talented Grammy Award winning multi platinum artist, had this to say. It is very lengthy, so try to watch the whole thing. And at the end of it, I'm going to say a few words, but this is very interesting.
Hi, I'm a multiple Grammy Award winning artist with multiple number ones and multiple platinum plaques, soon to be diamond plaque. If you are upcoming in this industry, you should watch this video. The music industry is in complete shambles right now, and you can use that to your advantage. Back in the day, the music industry was very algorithmic, as any other industry was, but that industry was controlled to a certain extent. Now that we are in the digital streaming age, there is no control over the algorithm. And it is stressing people the fuck out, myself included. Every major artist besides Beyonce has dropped music this year, or is planning to drop music this year, or has featured on somebody's record this year. I dropped a mixtape over the summer. I had SZA and Doja Cat on it, and I just dropped the deluxe to my mixtape today. And yet there are still people who don't even know I dropped music. Every major artist from Lady Gaga to Drake has dropped albums this year, and yet everyone is saying there's no song of the summer. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. It's not because the music isn't incredible. It's because the way that the algorithm is set up, no one can serve the masses anymore. This industry used to be based on serving the masses. Basically, like servicing your song out to certain channels and certain radio stations. The internet space wasn't so congested. There was a clear channel back in the day for major artists to put their music out and serve the masses. Now you have to serve your people. I started a private page just for my fans, Lizzo IRL, and it has been one of the most incredible experiences for me as an artist. It gives me an opportunity to talk to my fans one-on-one and give them the exclusives, share music with them, share my deep thoughts with them. My deep thoughts are not on my main page anymore. And that allows me to have a dialogue with the people who actually give a fuck about me. Because with this algorithm, just putting your music out 9 times out of 10 is not even going to reach your fan base. Think about the way this TikTok algorithm works. Look how many followers I have. Look how many followers you have. And when you post a video, how many of your followers actually see your video? Not that many, right? Because even though someone is following you, it's not guaranteed that they're going to see you on their FYP. And everyone uses their FYP. And TikTok knows that. So for new artists, this is actually incredible news. You, now more than ever, have an advantage over even major artists to get your music out there and connecting with people at a way quicker rate. Right now is the time to put yourself out there. I wouldn't even try to go the old school route and get signed. I would just make as much music as possible, as much content as possible, and put it on the internet. As for bigger artists, bigger mainstream artists, now is the time to talk to your fan base. Taylor Swift does an incredible job of it, and she's been doing it for a long time. The Swifties are locked the fuck in. And now, so are the lesbians. We're small, but we're motherfucking mighty. Anyway, I say all that to say that this year has been an incredible year for music. It just hasn't been on your algorithm. Stream My Face Still Hurts from Smiling, out today.
That is interesting. And this is from somebody who is deep into the music game. And I don't think you guys will really understand how deep Lizzo is, because when you have a record or records that are that big and you won that many Grammys and you're a platinum artist, you're deep into the music business. Okay. I know some of you guys don't really follow her. You don't really listen to her music, but I'm telling you guys right now, she's pretty deep into it. And for her to say that is very telling, because I believe she is 100% true. Right now, there is really no grip on anything. This is really the wild, wild west when it comes to the algorithm, when it comes to music, because people are swaying so many different ways right now that I don't even think the algorithm can keep up, to tell you the truth, because, you know, 1 minute you're rocking with Young Thug, the next minute you're rocking with Gunna. You know, it's something that that right now I think that they're trying to find a way to solve this puzzle. And to be honest with you, the way the YouTube algorithm is set up and the way that a lot of these other algorithms like Apple is set up, you almost have to know somebody to get in to try to promote as much as you can on those platforms, but you cannot sway the audience anymore. You can't do the things that you should do. You couldn't go out and buy a bulk of CDs and say, hey, this album went platinum in 2 or 3 days, or it went platinum over the weekend. You cannot sit here and basically throw a whole bunch of money at different people and different sites to try to, make your artist seem like they're bigger than what they are. I've talked about promotions and stuff like this before, on how to do it. But for right now, for major artists, for the big artists, it is basically a guessing game, because you could be a big artist one day and literally 4 weeks later, everybody will forget about you. That's the thing about this microwave society that we have right now. But if you're a new artist right now, you're good. Just like even here on YouTube. If you're a new creator here on YouTube, you have a bigger advantage than the bigger creators. Say, for instance, this channel right here. This channel right here, I'm getting more views, more feedback, more everything, and this is a much smaller channel than my main channel. And I'm using it to my advantage right now because I'm making the content that I want to make, and I'm making the content for people who want to see it rather than people who are just clicking on, and they may see me do a product review and it's like, okay, I'll click on it and that's it. With this, it's a very cut and clear channel. I'm doing these type of videos on here and I'm retaining my audience that wants to see this. And this is the same way with new artists. And what I mean by new artists, it doesn't mean young artists. It just means artists who have not signed like major deals or whatever. So basically independent artists. You can use this time right now to really promote yourself with your fans. And yes, everybody's going to have fans, even if it's their own kids, their grandmothers, their uncles, aunts, or just friends from around the neighborhood. Everybody has a fan somewhere. I don't care how good or how bad the music is. But right now, this is a great time for you guys to engage with your fans, and which in turn will gain more fans. And right now, if you want to put out music, you need to go ahead and just put it out, because a lot of y'all are sitting on music and you're sitting on something that could potentially be a gold mine. Now, everybody doesn't have the best music, so I'm not saying that everybody's going to make it, but you have a better chance now to do it rather than trying to find a major and have them trying to pump a whole bunch of money in, and now you have to owe them, and you have to go through the whole system. You can do everything yourself for very much relatively cheap, or with nothing at all. So you got to understand, when I was doing it, it was like the Wild Wild West too. And this is when everything was in chronological order and things were just getting started in the streaming world. And I didn't spend any money on neither one of my records that I did that went multi-platinum. And I was working with these artists. So at the end of the day, well, the one record I did. Now the other record went gold. The other record went gold. And then the records that we featured on that I wrote or whatever, those were with other people, but they started a grassroots type of a thing as well when they did it. So a lot of artists I did deal with were fairly new artists that were unknown, and then they became who they were. But I did everything very cheaply and I didn't really spend that much money, maybe a couple $100. But right now is the time where you guys can do that, because you have so many resources right now to where if you want to get your music out and basically give this algorithm some more things to think about, you can go ahead and do that right now. You can go ahead and use Facebook ads. You can use YouTube ads. You can use Instagram ads. You can use Spotify ads, which I don't know about that because I know they've been taking people down with that. So I don't know. But you can use all these places to use their ways of promoting yourself to get to a certain point. You can connect with people via online. Some people might like it. Some people might not like it. But dang, boy, it is real easy to kind of get yourself on right now. And you don't necessarily have to sign with a major. You just have to find people in every city that is rocking with you. It may take some time, but it can happen. It can happen. It's very feasible for it to happen. So right now, what Lizzo is saying is very true. It's not about trying to get to the masses. It's about getting to the people that really rock with you. And even if you have 100 people that's rocking with you, that's thousands of dollars, because people will spend money if they're really rocking with you. People will help promote you if they're really rocking with you, and they will bring on other fans to you if they're really rocking with you. And that is one of the best ways to do it. Word of mouth. It is still one of the best ways. So if you do have a small audience right now, keep building on that. Don't search for a label and stuff right now. They will come. Because once you build the audience, they will pretty much drop whatever check that you want to get you. But I would say build, connect, and then wait for somebody to come. But during that time, even while you sign, keep building, keep connecting, keep doing things to advance you. And don't think that somebody else is going to do it, because one thing with labels is once you're cold, you're out of there. Once you're hot, they all up on you. You know what I'm saying? So, but you got to understand, that these labels are a business model. And right now, they don't really know what to do. And to be truthfully told, they didn't really know what to do even in the past. They would just, a lot of times these people would sign these artists in hopes that they can develop them and put them out. And a lot of those artists failed. You got to think 95% of the artists on these labels fail. So it's the same thing even in this digital world. It's like, oh, well, we think we can just sway people by just dumping a whole bunch of money into, certain things, but we can't, we cannot do that right now. What we have to do is, as artists and producers or whoever, we have to be able to take control of what we have. And then even on the label side, they have to understand that they cannot sit here and just control everything by just throwing money at it, or trying to persuade people's perspectives by trying to tame an algorithm that nobody can really tame. So, yeah, Lizzo is definitely right. But for every artist out here, this is your time to shine. Get on the train now before you get left.